The full moon was in the sky. An old donkey cart was moving hurriedly on the mountain road. The donkey cart was loaded with straw. Guji, the driver, was an old man. The old man seemed a little nervous. The old man's surname was Liu. People called him Old Man Liu. Old Man Liu was very nervous at this time. To be honest, if he was not in a hurry to travel, Old Man Liu would not choose to travel on the mountain road at this time. This mountain has always been uneasy. Sometimes it is shrouded in black fog at night, and it is difficult to travel. Whenever the black fog is shrouded, people near the mountain can vaguely hear the roars of many horses, the clanging of swords and thunderous shouts. Some people say that it is the ancient dead fighting. Some people say that this mountain has become a battlefield in the underworld. But no matter which situation it is not something that ordinary people can bear. Old Man Liu hurried on the road while looking around. Fortunately, nothing has happened so far. I hope God will take care of me. The bright moonlight in the mountains and the dark green of the grass and trees complement each other. Crickets and frogs in the bushes accompany each other. This comforted the chance Old Man Liu a little. Suddenly, thin clouds covered the moon, and the light dimmed in an instant. Old Man Liu felt a little cold and tightened his collar. Everything around him seemed to be covered with a layer of light black fog. No, it was really black fog. The black fog quickly submerged everything like a flood. Old Man Liu was shocked. His donkey kept making low neighs. It felt quite frightened. Suddenly the roar of horses started. Tap tap tap, the sound of horse hooves approached. Knights wearing copper double-breasted helmets appeared one by one. The knights held sharp blades, either long swords or long spears. The sharp blades flashed a dark black light in the black fog. Under the dim moonlight, there was no doubt about its sharpness. The knights were extraordinary, and must be brave men with serious expressions. There were no less than 100 people. It was a dark mass. Suddenly, a deep and ancient horn sounded, and another group of cavalry appeared on the other side of the black fog. There were no less than 1,000 cavalrymen, holding sabers and riding their horses towards the knights. The cavalrymen waved flags and shouted, waving their sharp sabers, and attacking the knights who were waiting in battle. At this time, Old Man Liu realized that he was no longer on the mountain road, but an ancient battlefield full of dead bodies and broken helmets. On the battlefield, there were shouts of killing. No less than 100 knights and thousands of cavalrymen were evenly matched. The knights were really brave. Just when Old Man Liu was losing consciousness, a 7-foot-long spear flashing with cold light bit towards him like a poisonous snake. The 8-inch spear head was only 3 inches away from Old Man Liu's throat. Old Man Liu's mind went blank. At this moment, a figure pounced on Old Man Liu like a yellow dragon. In a flash, when the 8-inch spear head was only a millimeter away from Old Man Liu's throat, he was flung to the ground. Clang! The spear and the saber collided, making a deafening collision sound. Old Man Liu, who had saved his wife from the gun, was still in shock when he found that the one who saved his wife was a young man in a tight Taoist robe, carrying a dark red wooden sword. Before Old Man Liu could say thank you, the young man took out a stack of yellow paper with talismans from his waist, and threw it into the air. Yellow paper was flying all over the sky. The knights in battle slowed down their flying spells when they came into contact with the cavalry. At this time, the young man took the opportunity to pull Old Man Liu to a higher place. The young man dressed in a tight Taoist robe was Mao Qiudao. Mao Qiudao had been in this mountain for a long time, and he saw clearly what happened to Old Man Liu just now. Thank you for saving my life, Taoist priest. Old Man Liu was frightened and sweating. Uncle, it was really dangerous just now. Please go down the mountain quickly, Mao Qiudao said. But I have something important to do. Old Man Liu's words revealed his anxiety. Uncle, you don't know that you just encountered a ghost soldier. If you were just hooked by the long spear, I can't do anything about it. No matter what the important matter is, your life is more important. You should go down the mountain, Mao Qiudao advised. Mao Qiudao himself can't do anything about this ghost soldier. Brave men died on the battlefield. After death, he was trapped by the obsession of killing the enemy. In addition, he was full of anger due to years of fighting, so he turned into a ghost soldier. As the saying goes, if there are 100,000 ghost soldiers, The King of Hell cannot stop them. Even if the King of Hell faced 100,000 murderous ghost soldiers, he would have to pay his by in leave and disgrace. Although there were only a few thousand ghost soldiers in front of him, they were not something that human power could handle. With Mao Qiudao's current Taoism, he was ready to be able to save Old Man Liu from the ghost soldiers. Fortunately, the ghost soldiers were busy fighting each other, and didn't pay attention to these Chu Qunyi agents. When Old Man Liu saw Mao Qiudao say this, he was worried about himself. No matter what, saving his wife is the most important thing. Old Man Liu wiped the sweat from his forehead. Since the Taoist priest said so, I had to wait until tomorrow to continue my journey. After that, he didn't even care about his donkey cart, and hurried back to the foot of the mountain, leaving Mao Qiudao alone. But he said after Mao Qiudao fought with the corpse evil spirit transformed by the 5 generations of ancestors, he felt that his Taoism was not enough. So he embarked on a journey of cultivation. Mao Qiudao passed by this place, and heard the rumors about this mountain. He wanted to go up the mountain to take a look. Unexpectedly, he saw the Old Man Liu in danger. So the scene just now happened. Mao Qiudao looked at the ghost soldiers fighting each other, and fell into deep thought. The mountain in front of him might not be simple. When Mao Qiudao went up the mountain, he found that this mountain looked like a natural bagua map. There were 8 forests around the mountain, which just corresponded to the 8 trigrams of Qiankuan Jinshu and Tianli Gendui. The place where the 2 ghost soldiers just appeared was exactly on the 2 eyes of a yin-yang fish. Mao Qiudao couldn't help but wonder if someone was planning it. Thinking of this, Mao Qiudao couldn't help but feel a little scared. If someone was planning it, it would be too much of a stroke to turn the ground into paper and draw a picture with the mountain. If it was not done by humans, it would be too coincidental. If it was done by a Taoist master, what was the purpose? Was it to suppress these thousands of ghost soldiers? Mao Qiudao couldn't help but stand in awe. If it is true as I thought, this master must have great skills. Just as Mao Qiudao was thinking, he suddenly heard a long roar. The roar was like a dragon or a tiger, but it was the roar of a lion. The roar was so stirring and echoed in the mountains and forests for a long time, bringing endless righteousness. It was the mighty sound of Buddha. The ghost soldiers who were fighting stopped when they heard the sound, and their anger disappeared. They stopped their horses and listened quietly, as if they were immersed in this mighty Buddha's sound. After a while, the lion's roar disappeared, and Mao Qiudao found the source of the sound. A monk with strange eyes stood on a huge rock. His eyes were very deep and his body was filled with peaceful white light. Just like the reincarnation of Buddha, he had heard about the magic of Buddhism for a long time, and today he saw that it really lived up to its reputation. Mao Qiudao couldn't help but admire it. As the Buddhist sound faded, the ghost soldiers pointed their spears at the uninvited guests. The ghost soldiers seemed to be very angry at the monk's behavior. Thousands of ghost soldiers rode their horses towards the strange monk. Mao Qiudao secretly shouted that it was not good. Even if the monk had a high level of Taoism, he couldn't stand the beating of thousands of ghost soldiers. Thinking of this, Mao Qiudao didn't care about so much. The increasingly spiritual dark moon seemed to have heard what Mao Qiudao was thinking. He jumped out from Mao Qiudao's back. Mao Qiudao saw this and held dark moon tightly. He jumped towards the strange monk. One man and one sword cooperated very well. The soldiers were lined up in front of him. Seeing the fails to tackle the ghost soldiers, the strange monk hurriedly used an unkillable mantra. In an instant, a soft white light was shining. The unstoppable ghost soldiers paused abruptly. The heaven and earth were righteous, and the ghosts and monsters all surrendered. Mao Qiudao finished speaking. The dark red light of the dark moon in his hand was faintly rising. The dark moon actually surged by 7 points, from more than 1 meter long to nearly 2 meters long. The change of dark moon caught Mao Qiudao off guard. However, Mao Qiudao did not have time to think too much at this moment. Mao Qiudao held a nearly 2 meter long dark moon in his hand, and swung the sword to instantly kill more than 10 ghost soldiers. At this time, the original battle between the ghost soldiers turned into a big melee between the Taoist monk and the ghost soldiers. For a moment, the dark red light of a dark moon, the soft white light of the monk, and the flashing black light on the ghost soldiers' weapons reflected each other, which was very beautiful. What surprised Mao Qiudao was that the cooperation of a Taoist and a Buddha was so powerful that thousands of ghost soldiers were defeated. The remaining ghost soldiers seemed to retreat. The dark moon in Mao Qiudao's hand trembled from time to time. He was getting more and more excited to kill. The dissipated ghost soldiers were continuously absorbed into the sword body. The dark red light also became stronger and stronger. War horn sounded like a mournful cry. The ghost soldiers who were like crazy stopped at the sound and disappeared quietly. The black fog dissipated, as if the battle just now had not happened. The whole mountain was left with only Mao Qiudao and the strange monk, both of whom looked surprised. "Thank you for your hope, brother." The strange monk cupped his hands. If it weren't for Mao Qiudao, the strange monk might have died under the almost crazy counterattack of the ghost soldiers. "Master, you are too polite," Mao Qiudao said. "Master, if you have something to say, please speak frankly." Mao Qiudao found that the strange monk in front of him had a strange expression. He seemed to be hesitant to speak. "Then I will speak frankly," the strange monk said. "If I am not mistaken, Brother Dao used the evil art of nourishing the sword with blood." The evil art of nourishing the sword with blood. Mao Qiudao was shocked. He remembered that the ghost cultivator had said the same thing. It was a pity that he died under the dark moon sword before he could ask clearly. "Master, can you tell me more details?" Mao Qiudao asked. "Yes, the evil art of nourishing the sword with blood." The strange monk looked at Mao Qiudao strangely. Brother Dao had a righteous aura, but this sword was full of evil aura. I guess there was a soul sealed in this sword. Brother Dao also feeds it with his own blood and essence on weekdays. After listening to the strange monk's words, Mao Qiudao finally understood why he looked strange. It turned out that nourishing the sword with blood was an evil cultivation technique 200 years ago. It was really powerful. Once the sword is made, the hearts and minds are connected. It is comparable to the magic of controlling the sword. However, the reason why the blood-nourishing sword is called an evil magic is that it takes the soul of a living person. It is sealed in the fine peach wood with a secret technique, and the person who raises the sword must nourish it with his own blood essence before it can become a sword. Just saying that the blood-nourishing sword technique requires the soul of a living person is a taboo. If the soul of a living person is sealed so that it cannot be reincarnated, it is even more vicious. As early as 200 years ago, the evil ways of using blood swords were driven out and killed by the righteous people, and the secret art of using blood to nourish the sword was lost. However, Dark Moon seems to be different from this evil magic. At the beginning, Mao Qiudao had no choice but to seal Ru Yu's ghost baby and the sword. Dark Moon can be said to be Ru Yu's son. Mao Qiudao told the truth. All the Buddhas sighed. After the strange monk left, Mao Qiudao stroked the dark moon in his hand and felt the slight trembling of the dark moon sword body. He said, "Dark moon, is your appearance a blessing or a curse?"